Beauty tycoon Huda Kattan faces furious backlash and boycott threats to her makeup line after sharing anti-Israel video on Instagram. I don't know who this is. Do you guys know who Huda Kattan is?
Yeah, she has a really popular makeup line, especially when this will mean nothing to the boys in the room, but you might get it. Baking, which is where you put a lot of like setting powder under your eyes and then brush it off. She was had a really popular product for that. And she's carried in Sephora, Ulta, things like that. She has gotten in trouble for similar things before, but obviously now the timing makes everyone's moves more heightened. I know people often say, you should cancel her, and they do this with other makeup companies. So another one was Anastasia Beverly Hills. Apparently, the founder had some pro-Russian statements when the Ukraine stuff was happening.
So
they have great products.
What everyone needs to understand here is that this famous celebrity woman who sells makeup is willing to burn everything down around her to support Gaza.
Good for her.
And people on the right are too busy saying, I can't speak up. No, I can't take the risk. Sorry. Oh, but I can't do it. There you go. So long as that's the case, they're going to continually gain ground. Now, to be fair, for a variety of reasons, I think this is actually, like, my point here is about the conviction of the left, their willingness to destroy everything to get what they want.
People have to take risks. You have to be able to be a political risk taker.
But that being said, I think she'll just end up losing a ton of money and her brand will start fizzling.
She might, or this might blow over in a week, honestly.
That's what happens in the past. Because she's a U.S. Iraqi citizen, and she said stuff that people get upset about, but the boycotts never last.
As long as she has ownership of her company. Kat Von D got in trouble for saying some very not PC things, having some strange marketing for her cosmetics, and she ended up she sold her company, but she was almost pushed out.
What was that? That was recently though, right? Like not that long ago?
A couple years ago.
3 years ago, I think.
She just got baptized.
Whoa, really?
She's had like whole...
Yeah,
she's had a huge transformation.
She's on an arc right now.
Yeah.
We actually just talked about this today.
It's amazing.
She got baptized a couple weeks ago,
Amazing to watch her get her tattoos blacked out and to be for medical freedom and move to, where is she, Ohio?
In a really cool, very gothy house. Yeah.
Jeffree Star moved to Wyoming.
He's been... I follow all these guys because I have a cosmetics line too. But get this.
You do?
I do. It's called Bonadia Cosmetics.
No way.
Absolutely.
Are you guys on Public Square?
So I'm in pre-production. I've been in pre-production since May.
What made you want to do this?
I made it for real women, by women.
Not for
actual women, if you catch my drift.
Yeah, I getcha.
Wasn't there a Sephora? Wasn't there like somebody who was like a MAGA supporter who was like Sephora or Ulta, and she was like sponsored by them, and they got rid of her because of stuff she said, and like did a video like with PragerU or something like a year ago.
I wouldn't be surprised, but I don't know that story specifically. Okay. I mean, Ulta was one of the big Dylan Mulvaney.
Yeah, they were super woke.
Girlhood podcast.
So I basically started a cosmetics line to push back against it and said we're only using real women as makeup models.
No Dylan Mulvaney.
People were very offended. They were like, what about your trans friends? I was like, well, I'm not upset with them, but we have to push the Overton window in a certain direction. Yeah. And so this is the stand that I'm taking. We're going to make women's products. I'm coming out with tampons and things like that too.
It's crazy how now, like, you have to, like, it's all whataboutism. Like Victoria's Secret saying, like, they're like, you need to have people who aren't super hot too. They're like, why can't you just be like, no, we don't.
No.
Like, you can do that. We don't need to do that.
Let's just have young, attractive models showing off products, and that's okay.
Yeah. But feminism made them feel guilty about that. They don't feel like they can do that anymore.
Now, to be fair, a lot of their models are underage, and I think they should not do that.
No. We should have people in their, 18 in their 20s showing off products and making products look appealing and nice. I think that's good marketing.
Yeah. Sure. What I'm saying is that there's a lot of people who don't realize when they go to the mall and they're walking past these mall stores with these women. Those women are like 15 years old. Those girls are like 15 years old.
I worked as a jean model briefly when I was like, 18, 19, and most of the competition was like 15 to 17.
That's messed up.
It's just weird.
Was it Victoria's Secret?
I mean, it's like when they're doing
LA. That's
underwear
like
and stuff.
Yeah.
It's everywhere. It is
gross.
everywhere. It is everywhere. It is the biggest. It is the major agencies, the international agencies. They get 14, 15-year-old girls to do underwear modeling. It's messed up. They shouldn't do that.
It's worldwide.
Okay, so last thing about makeup, which you'll find interesting. The reason I've had production delays is because every company that I start to purchase materials from, instead of coming from Canada, it all comes from China. And I even busted them on the tracking. They were so bold as to issue me a tracking label where it was coming from Beijing. I was like, why is this taking so long? Why is this taking so long? So we're on our third round right now.
Are you okay with it being produced in China?
I was trying to find something produced in Canada, the United States, just not China.
Yeah.
And no, they were like, no.
To the point of the article, though, now, like, celebrities are having a really hard time not talking about stuff like this. And there's just so many of them. I'm like, you would do so well to just not, you don't have to have a stance on everything.
Was it Alicia Keys?
Yes.
She said she wanted to go paragliding.
Like, I have no idea what her politics are, if that's true or not. If that is like a coincidence, it's the worst coincidence.
She posted on Instagram, what would you do if you weren't afraid? I'd try paragliding. And then she posted the side-eye emoji. Which, like, the side-eye emoji makes it seem
what
like...
she's saying.
We should not kill people. Why is that?
But then she responds with like an Instagram story. She's like, "Oh, I didn't mean that. Like, I pray
yes,
for
you
peace
did.
from
This
everyone."
girl was
Yes, you
testing
did.
the water. She wanted to
Yeah.
see what would happen, and that's it. Because we know that there are a lot of young, more radical left-wing people who are backing Palestine in this, and that's what she's doing. She's seeing a response.
And we know Black Lives Matter foundationally wants to end Israel.
Other people they align themselves with are falling onto certain sides. I mean, with Huda Beauty, I wouldn't be surprised if now you get a whole wave of young women who are like, I'm specifically buying her products because I also believe in that.
I'm so
That's
annoyed.
the thing
But is
about all
that-
the virtue signaling.
Is that really bigger than just a large market, especially if you're already established, right? Does Alicia Keys benefit? Does her music benefit from
she still
making
making music?
to make a post like that when you're
knows?
already mainstream established?
But
Like,
she's-
just stay out of it.
What's Taylor
past
Swift
mainstream.
doing? She has the best marketing.
She is just dating a football player.
Good
and
for her.
Staying in her lane.
Good
He
for
does
her.
drink Bud Light and is sponsored by Pfizer. But
To what you said
domestic
earlier, like what
issues.
you were talking earlier, like all the news is like crap and it's war and it's death. And I was like, no, because there was like a really funny article the other day where some poor People magazine person had to write a headline that said like Taylor Swift has now held Travis Kelce's hand twice in public. And I'm
It's like
some
we're in-
poor lady had to write that.
It's like we're in middle school. I saw that post and then immediately messaged it on Instagram to some of my friends that I went to see Taylor Swift with, being like, they're holding hands.
She got 4 years in J school, $80,000 in debt, and they're like, "Wow, holding hands twice." Write it up. And she's like, "Oh."
We've now gone like
We are in middle school.
The
This is
amount of
happening.
like time you have to spend talking about her because like every institution and every business has tried to like weasel their way into her life.
No one
so
lives
that they
more
can
rent
be-
free in everyone's head
Yeah.
than Taylor Swift. and
I'm
proud of her
not.
for it.
I'm not a fan, but man, I wish the news was consumed with Taylor Swift and not people
they are.
dying in
I don't-
Israel and
Taylor Swift is great.
Gaza.
All domestic issues are Taylor Swift right now.
I don't understand why. Like, you look, when I see the Taylor Swift hate, I'm like, it's fake. Like, dude, you have no, there's no reason to hate her. Like,
Oh, for sure.
yeah, it's just like people ragging on her, and I'm like, she's a pop star. Like, she's dancing on stage. Like, good
I
for her.
saw
What do you
someone
mean?
saying that she must be doing horribly if she was dating a professional athlete.
No, everyone else is like, I'm super
Mental
obsessed with this.
gymnastics.
Her tour is like it's amassed 2.2 billion already.
Yep.
It'll
Her
make
movie made
it'll
something
make
ridiculous
4
amount of
billion.
money. Like, Taylor Swift is doing fine.
was like
we all should
100
aspire to be on her level of calm right
Yeah.
now.
And like people are like, you guys keep talking about her. Like I don't want to. I have no desire to talk about her, but she's relevant in almost every like.
And she's
How old
in-
is she?
She's 33.
33.
I'm very interested in her marketing. I follow
2028?
that pretty
Yeah.
closely.
Oh no, that's the thing that they've already said. She's eligible in 2024. She would be 35 on
don't do it.
inauguration day.
Stay out of
On,
politics.
busy, though.
inauguration day.
Oh, so January 20th is her birthday?
She would no, but she will
Before.
be before that. She will be 35 by inauguration day. And they pointed out when Biden got elected to
Stay pure.
Wait, hold on.
Stay out of politics.
I've talked about how I long for the Donald Trump speakership of the House, how that would be so amazing. But there is if anyone if God or the simulation aliens, whatever you believe in, could bring about this like radical libertarian Taylor Swift arc,
Yes,
where she just
yes.
starts coming out being like, I don't even understand why we're engaging in these foreign wars. I'm going to run for president and then wins. That would
Well,
just be,
she's
like,
about
the
to go on a
best
global
timeline.
tour, right? So she has a chance to really develop her diplomatic skills. I think this is a great idea.
okay, I like Taylor Swift as our diplomat. I like that.
Oh my gosh.
No, but like, could you
Taylor
imagine
Swift.
just all of a sudden, right before, like in mid 2024, she starts taking this like very political libertarian streak,
Yep.
and
She would have to marry Travis Kelce then, because then it would be like
Yeah.
this blonde pop star with the football player running for the White House.
I don't see
It
any
would really be
regime
amazing.
change under her leadership. I
Me
see
neither.
concerts.
yeah.
There's some great Taylor Swift for president conspiracies. I invite everyone to go read them.
I will
I
be
doubt
reading
it, but I'm a huge fan.
They are fantastic.
I will be reading them.
I just think she's really doing a service to all fathers in the country right now, giving their daughters a reason to watch football with them. She's strengthening the family. It's
Okay.
just- she's doing everything.
There's
Oh,
hilarious. hilarious.
posting ones in chat like, no.
I don't care. I'm here for a good time, not for a long time, you know?
Yeah, exactly.
We're speaking into existence.
But look,
just by
I'm
mentioning-
saying-
No, I don't think she'll run for president.
I'm saying if like I could wish upon a star and it would come true, it would be like Taylor Swift all of a sudden comes out with very pragmatic and like logical political stances,
it's so fun.
anti-interventionist, balanced budget, responsibility, individualism, and then wins.
Do leftist girls like Taylor Swift?
Yeah, everyone likes Taylor Swift.
Okay.
Taylor Swift did a whole
Taylor
thing.
Swift.
She crosses
me.
the aisle.
Even
Hold
when
on,
you
hold on.
don't want to, people like her.
The girls who like Taylor Swift have the views of Taylor Swift. If
Okay.
Taylor Swift came out right now
There
and
you go.
said no more funding, I mean, look, Taylor Swift very likely could come out because of like a leftist view and say no funding for Israel.
Did you
and then
s-
you'd get every 15-year-old girl being like, no money for Israel, just screaming at the top of their
She
lungs.
could do this test. She could say, "I don't think we should invest money abroad," and all the young girls would be like, "Well, Taylor said."
You know what? I like it.
How the hell did we get on this? Like, I get done with my
No,
show.
but you
I've escaped this news, and I'm
Like,
back here. I didn't bring this up.
your
This is not my
I think
fault.
you brought it up.
I think I brought it up. And I don't even like
I
Taylor
can't
Swift.
escape
Yeah,
it.
but you're still
this is
thinking
awful.
about it.
We're
That's her
talking
power.
Marketing.
Look, the point is, these high-profile leftists are willing to sabotage their entire careers
Yes.
for their values.
They care
right
more.
is not
they care more than
Yeah.
the right. The right has to care more. People have to get out there and make themselves vulnerable and just do it.
Yeah.
This is crazy. I mean, this post from her, and then we'll talk about something else. But she's like, I don't know if you've noticed, but Israelis from all over the world love your products. This is from one of the fans. And she was like, so remember, this says no Israeli buys from you again anywhere in the world. Gaza doesn't have money to invest in my opinion, because they prefer to invest in weapons, but have a lovely day. She says, I don't want blood money.
There you go.
She's saying, listen, she has no problem telling all of her fans that if you are Jewish, if you are Israeli, and you are uninvolved in just a regular civilian, and you
Jewish?
decide, well, Israeli,
Okay.
and you decide not to buy a product, she doesn't want your blood money. So an Israeli civilian minding their own business goes to a store and says, well, I'm not sure I want this. She goes, your money's blood money. She's saying the money of any Israeli civilian is blood money.
Pretty harsh.
She's coming out with a bold stance, you know?
Pretty
And
harsh.
the left has done this for ages, right? There's a lot of people say, if you don't like my politics, don't buy my book, don't buy this, don't buy that. Like, they have no problem turning away customers if they don't believe that they fall in line ideologically with them.
You're right.
Yeah.
No, they'd rather have the customers that fall in line with their views.
They have rabid followers and loyal followers.
Yeah. I mean, the thing is, whether her makeup empire or career crashes and burns is sort of irrelevant to me. It's more interesting that she would say anything at all.
I agree.
Exactly. Why?
Thanks for watching this clip from the Timcast IRL podcast. Hang out with us live Monday through Friday at 8 p.m. and become a member over at timcast.com for uncensored, members-only shows exclusive. Thanks for hanging out, and we'll see you all next time.